Thank you, Daniel. Good morning and welcome to Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Church. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, we welcome you here. We are so happy that you've chosen this sanctuary and time. That you're here is something to celebrate. We extend an especially warm welcome to our visitors. We'll be waiting to chat with you at the welcome desk after the service. Remember, we were all newcomers here once. And if you're joining us online, please say hi in the chat. We now invite everybody to raise and to greet each other. Thank you.
Good morning. Guess what? This morning we have no announcements. I know. Today is a time for quietness, for rest and renewal, so no announcements right now. In the new year, we'll tell you what's going on. Our opening words today come from Julia Hamilton. Spirit of hope, settle into our bones this morning. Remind us once again that the dawn light is never a gamble. If there ever was a sure bet, it is the sunrise. Even stones crumble. Even grief changes and shifts, and death is a mystery that is certain but not solid. But hope is like the sunrise, eternal and bone-bred within us. We are creatures built for sunshine and cannot carve this hope out of our bones if we tried. And yet people have tried to entomb the light, tried to seal off the morning. Emperors and kings, priests and patriarchs have brought down death, certain but not solid, on anyone who pointed to a new dawn. In these fearful moments, we can be forgiven if we stumble and doubt and deny. But still the sun rises and calls her children into bloom. Always, she says, always I will return. So don't despair. All is not lost. The small ways of petty tyrants never win. So place your money on the sunrise. Who are we to bet against glory? Come, let us worship. Please rise as you're willing and able for our opening hymn, number 347, Gather the Spirit.
One
I would like to call for a volunteer who has never lit the chalice. Wes, oh, Dick, do it together. Come on up here, Wes. You guys can do it together. Okay.
As Wes and Dick. Okay. As Wes comes forward to light our chalice, we invite you to join us as we recite our covenant together. Let us affirm that love is the doctrine of this church, the quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Could I have all the children come forward, please? Hi. Ooh, what's this? Is this on? Hi. How's everybody doing? Who's not here? Nina's not here today. Well, you were here first. Hi, guys. Hi, it's nice to see you all. How was Christmas? Good. It was good. It was good. Cool, yeah. What do you guys think is under this here black blanket? Things, A floor, wow. Good job, guys. What else? Stuff. And beneath the floor is ground. Yeah, you got it. Dirt, Hi, Ruby. What do you think is in between the floor and the blanket? I should have asked. Instrument? Oh my gosh, Norman. Air, yeah. Atoms. Space. An arrow, yes? Air, yeah. Wow. Logical Unitarian children. Wow, what fun. Okay. You're being technical, yes. Technically, there is air and space underneath the blanket. Yeah. And there's also ringing bowls. I think we have enough that everybody can have one. Not for keeps, just for the record. Okay. All right, yes. Does anybody want to? Okay, you guys are brothers, so I'm sorry you have to share. All right. Okay. Okay, here's one. All right. All right. Which what? You'll just have to, okay. You three are going to share this big one because it's the biggest one, okay? Okay. Silja. Arjun, do you want this one? Yes? Oh, okay. This one's for you. Okay. This one doesn't have a little stick. Oh, I have one extra, actually. Okay. Okay. So these are all ringing bowls that I have collected throughout my life. What do you think we use them for? To ring stuff. And why do you think we ring them? Peace and calm. That's right. Okay. It's working. Okay, who wants to try to ring theirs and be the only one who rings it in that moment? Okay, Norman and Gustavo. Okay, we're all gonna be completely quiet. Now we're gonna be quiet. You did it good, Gustavo, it's your time to shine. It's okay, Ruby, let's hear you. Ruby, let's hear you do it. Do it again. It's your turn. How does it make you guys feel to hear the ringing bowl? Yeah? Oh, good. Okay, let's have you guys do it. Do you want to hit yours? Go for it. Try it from the outside. Bing. That was good. Do you want to try it? Do you want to use this little white stick? Hi, Sammy. Here, use the white stick and hit it and hold it in your palm like this, flat on your palm. And now hit it. Yeah. Here, hold your palm totally flat and then just give it a good whack. Oh, that was good. One more time, just give it a good whack. I did hear a ring there. Okay, let's hear yours. Okay, Lila, let's hear yours. Okay, Arjun. But you gotta take your hands off of them so they ring. So hold them by the string like, there you go. Ooh. Okay, you wanna do it? Okay, now we're gonna do them all at once. Ready? Everyone be quiet and we'll do them all at once. Ready, set, go. Any reflections on what it's like to hear the bells? Yeah? Nice. It's a nice sound, right? And it kind of gives you something to focus on. Any other reflections on what it's like to hear the bells? Yeah? Calming. Anything else? You know, when I was in India and was a Buddhist nun, I met a man who's a Rinpoche, which is a level of Tibetan monk, and he had an attendant who followed him around and rang a bell every minute on the minute. Very punctual. I know, I was like, how did he, what, did he have a watch? And he did that to always bring the Rinpoche back to the present moment. Because, you know, your brain starts going, and then it's ding, oh, okay, I need to come back and focus on my piece. Yeah. So one of you will be staying here and doing that for me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Norman. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, you may go to your classes, but leave the bowls.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Each month, we as a community take time to reflect on a theme. And the children do this in their classes, and we do it here in worship, in our own small groups. This month, the theme is rest. Rest. I want you to look within and find a part of you that most needs rest, and give it the love, attention, and rest that it deserves. For it is when you are at rest that you most positively affect others in the world around you. Many here are recovering Catholics or ex-evangelicals who have found rest in this community without the dogma of religious institutions. So forgive me if I bring up a Judeo-Christian talking point unprompted. I promise I will be descriptive rather than prescriptive today. I want to describe something that I find fascinating about the historical context about Sabbath rest that not too many of us have heard. We have all heard the first few lines in the Bible, In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And it goes on to illustrate this strange idea of an all-powerful God, for some obscure reason, resting on the seventh day. Yes, that cosmic idea is an interesting philosophical concept, but I don't want to dwell on that too much today, or at least too early. What I want to illustrate is that historically, the Genesis narrative was, at the time, a freshly written contrast to the long-standing neighboring cultures' own creation stories. A lot of ancient Near Eastern cultures had similar stories that said that humans were created by the gods and that humanity's explicit role was to do the work that the gods did not want to do. As it says in the Babylonian creation account, the Enuma Elish, if you want to take out your tablets, it's at tablet 6. Humans shall bear the gods' burdens that those gods may rest. A lovely thought, isn't it? As the story went, humans were created to be slaves so that God could rest. And that story, I think, is a very convenient worldview propagated by the priestly and kingly class so that they could enslave their fellow humans into servitude by or to the gods, and of course to themselves, the priests and the kings. Well, perhaps that's what it was. That's my take on it anyway. So when a new up-and-coming author said that God built God's own temple, which was the very heavens and the earth, and that God didn't need humanity to build God's temple at all, and that God rested as an example to humanity to follow, it was like the Declaration of Independence. It was the good news of their time, if you will. The author of Genesis was essentially saying, you have heard it said that build a temple for the gods so that the gods can finally be at rest. But I tell you, God built God's own temple, and God rested as an example to God's own creation so that humanity could be at rest. And so this fresh idea of taking a whole day off, a Sabbath rest, was anathema, just everything against what the neighboring ancient Near Eastern nations, whose whole society was built on the backs of constant, uninterrupted labor. And that idea of a regular weekly day of rest was such a unique idea for their time, place, and culture. It was a refreshing idea that was adopted and followed religiously, pun intended, that ever since by the Hebrew culture that all of its religious offspring, such as the Jewish, the Christian, and the Muslim faiths, hold on to. It has affected the history of the Western world so much that we have always had a one-day break ever since. Now, I'm not saying that all other cultures don't have rest. I'm just illustrating how Western culture has benefited largely and how we got to where we are today. It was only in the Industrial Revolution, when humans were treated more and more like cogs in a machine, that we as a society realized that we needed a different story to be told. A new concept of rest needed to be shared. Maybe not a religious story, but a new idea needed to be shared nonetheless. It wasn't until 1866, almost 3,000 years later, when emancipation from slavery had happened and unions called for an 8-hour workday, which demanded 8 hours for work, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for what you will, took thought in our culture. But it was another 50 years until Congress actually enacted any of that into law. And to get a proper 2-day weekend, well, that took a couple decades more to enact laws establishing a 40-hour work week as our standard practice. Now, looking into the future, new ideas are spreading about the efficiency and benefits of a 4-day work week with a 3-day weekend. Some countries have even attempted a universal basic income with some measurable and positive benefits. And some dream of a robot slave horde that might do all the work necessary for human society to flourish. And that's a hairy topic for another day. But all of this is what runs through my own head when I think of what it means to rest. But analyzing the history of corporate rest and imagining what it might take and what it might look like in the future never really seems to set my own heart at ease. The concept of fighting for our rights and demanding change, it actually does the opposite to me. It pumps my body full of adrenaline, thinking, how much must I have to fight others in order for them to change? How many rallies must I attend? How much do I need to call my representatives? How much work will I miss to teach my job a lesson when I join a union and they inevitably ask me to strike for collective bargaining? And those thoughts make me so tired. It makes my head abuzz and my shoulders tense up, and it discourages me from any actual work, and then it saddens me. And I judge myself for my own inaction. And when I finally settle down and I pause for just a moment of reflection, it is then that I can hear a small voice inside me asking, why in the world did I go down this rabbit hole in the first place? Why are you concerned about the rest of others? This small voice inside me asks. Because we all need rest. We all need to feel valued. We all need to be valued as human beings, not slaves or robots, I say. Are you not valued? Are you not more valued than all the stars in the heavens, the voice says to me. And because it is within me, I know that something about it is true, at least to me. Yet my shoulders are still tense and my stomach is still set, and my focus is anywhere but a calm and collected self. And so I know that there is disharmony somewhere between my thoughts and my body, and I want to be more attuned to that truth within me. And so I pause, and I ask the voice within what it means by all that, saying, I suppose that I am as valuable as all the stars in the sky, but what does that have to do with all this now? The problem is that people don't acknowledge the inherent worth and dignity of all people. That's something worth fighting for, isn't it? And the voice is silent, but present, non-judging, but unrelenting. I sense from the posture of the imagined one speaking inside me, to me, and I imagine that I might not be thinking of the issue from the right perspective at all. And so I pause for a reframing of my own mind and ask, how might it not be about a fight for the dignity and worth of all people? And if I'm lucky, I might hear the answer that my own body is a galaxy all its own. Each limb alight with cells and sinew, a majesty of muscle and miracles. Every spark of synapse in the mind is a supernova in a neural nebula. I am a God unto my own cells, and this God to them is not at rest. Look at the world and all it has enjoyed when a people, the Hebrew people, began to hear the words of their God call to them rest, and they believed it. And what would your world enjoy if your body heeded that same command to rest? For it is when you are at rest that you most positively affect others and the world around you. You are no good stressed and managing others. You have your own galaxy to manage. And the way you manage your gravity, your literal gravitas, you affect everyone around you. I want you to find that part of you that most needs rest and give it the love, attention, and rest that it deserves. The knot in your shoulders and in your stomach, the lump in your throat, the uneasy feeling in your bowels. As we come to our meditation later, find that part of you that most needs rest and focus your love, attention on it. And may your peace ripple out into the cosmos. And think on these words. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin in me.
We come to this place to see and be seen, to teach and be taught, to hear and be heard. I invite you to reach over and nudge the person sitting next to you, reminding them and yourselves that we are gathered together in peace and in authenticity and in intention. We also come to this place to share our joys and sorrows. We will now pause our live stream to give our community privacy. let us take a moment to come more fully into this space. I invite you to take a moment to begin with curiosity of how your body might feel in a meditation. We'll be doing a little bit of a longer meditation later, so I invite you now to just start getting comfortable. How might you be comfortable seated? Just begin noticing your neck, your hands, your eyes. And I'll read us a short poem from Mary Walker. Ever-widening rings flow outward from your every action, unseen by you but felt in places you will never know. Ripples of whatever pebble you drop in the pond of your life, kindness, fear, judgment, peace, can rock the boat of others, quietly lull or alter a course, gently turning a bow towards friendlier seas. Now please remain seated as we sing our meditative hymn.
A brighter day is coming, as it always has before. While the world keeps spinning, let your spirit soar. A brighter day is coming, I believe with my whole heart. It will shine down, giving us a new start. A brighter day is coming. A brighter day is growing near. I feel the light slowly rising. A brighter day is almost here. I choose to believe the clouds will clear. For a brighter day is coming, don't you fear. A brighter day is coming. A brighter day is growing near. I feel the light slowly rising. A brighter day is almost here. I choose to believe the clouds will clear. For a brighter day is coming, don't you fear.
Both of our readings today are from Rest is Resistance, a manifesto by Tricia Hershey, aka the Nap Bishop. She started the Nap Ministry, which is specifically geared towards the African American community in our post-enslavement world, struggling to find rest and believe that rest was their human right. She says, We are socialized into systems that cause us to conform and believe our worth is connected to how much we produce. Our constant labor becomes a prison that allows us to be disembodied. We become easy for the systems to manipulate, disconnected from our power as divine beings, and hopeless. We forget how to dream. This is how grind culture continues. We internalize the lies and in turn become agents of an unsustainable way of living.
The Rest is Resistance framework also does not believe in the toxic idea that we are resting to recharge and rejuvenate so that we can be prepared to give more output to capitalism. What we have internalized as productivity has been informed by a capitalist, ableist, patriarchal system. Our drive and obsession to always be in a state of productivity leads us to the path of exhaustion, guilt, and shame. We falsely believe that we are not doing enough and that we must always be guiding our lives toward more labor. But the distinction that must be repeated as many times as necessary is this: we are not resting to be productive. We are resting simply because it is our divine right to do so.
When I was a Buddhist nun and I met the Rinpoche who had an attendant who dinged the bell once a minute, I found that it worked for me so well being in the presence of a bell dinging. Therefore today, I will be your attendant and you will be the Rinpoche's. We're going to partake in a bell renewal ritual, which is done as part of the new year. And it is to help us become more enlightened as the year turns. In Buddhist doctrine, there are 108 defilements to which we cling, such as arrogance, contempt, hostility, hard-heartedness, being vindictive, and 100 more. These are behaviors that we hope to release ourselves from and live in a more peaceful, equanimous state. To be equanimous means that you're able to remain open and relatable, even in the most trying of times, that you stay healthy and restful, even when everything around you is going up and down. This is, of course, why we meditate, to become more equanimous. So today we're going to do a ritual with our ringing bowl, which means I will ring this bell 108 times. And it will take 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you say? I can't sit that long. Well, you're gonna. And I don't want to see a cell phone in the house. In the pot. Everybody, put it in the pocket right now. Yeah, I see you. Put it in the pocket. Put it in the pocket. All we're going to do is sit for 15 minutes and simply watch your breath and listen to the bell ding. And you're going to try to let go of your every vengeful and jealous thought. You're going to let go of all your disloyalty. You're going to let go of all your conceit that you've just been grasping to this year. And you're going to just listen to the bell and watch your breath move in and out of your body. And there will come a time when you're like, I'm have to go to the bathroom now or whatever, and you're just gonna let it pass, and you'll come back to it. Okay. Also, you're going to want to move, and there's going to be noises. Somebody's going to cough. Someone's going to pass gas. Someone's going to go in and out of the door. Worry about yourself. Has nothing to do with you. All right, let's start. Closing your eyes if you wish, and you're just going to do a quick inventory. You're going to start at your scalp, how's your hair or your not hair, and then you're going to just come down your eyes, your shoulders, your neck. You're just going to notice, how are you tense? Are you nervous? Are you peaceful? Are you triggered? How are your toes? How are your knees? How's your tummy? And this is just an inventory. And now we will sit and let us begin. Take another inventory of your body and your mind. How did you feel after doing that for 20, not 15 minutes? I'll be interested to hear your perspectives on this. And may it be that we enter the new year with 108 fewer defilements of greed and anger and rage. Thank you so much for participating in that.
The work of the church depends on us, our generosity of time, wisdom, and financial resources. We invite you to give generously to support the ongoing work of the church. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation for our shared values. Let us affirm that we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please rise as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, number 123, Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move the stirrings of compassion blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
This week, may you find some extra time for rest, that the Spirit of life may come to you. Go in peace.